Hey guys, today I played Doki Doki Literature Club and it was kind of funny. Now guys, I just have to mention this. This game is not suitable for kids or people who are easily disturbed. So if you're that or you're like a child easily disturbed, maybe not watch this video. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's just get in with the video. Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club because why not, you know? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Fuck cover time. I don't know what to do for this one. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Oh yeah guys, my name is Goofy Goober if you didn't know. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about annoying me. That's mean, Goofy Goober. Well, I am a Goofy Goober. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them thinking we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Nah. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw nearer, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making the daily commute. By the way, Goofy Goober, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I've told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? ... I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with wherever she's going on about. Jeez. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I am bad at reading, I'm so sorry guys. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any social skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, I'm just gonna say ... every single time that happens. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Hello? Question mark? Sayori? ... Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're worse than me sometimes. ... I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know, ... Know what? Question mark. Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? ... Yeah? Question mark, question mark. ... There's no way I'm joining your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Asuki made cupcakes for everything, Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold myself for a cupcake. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new club member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Goofy Goober. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club it's full of incredibly cute girls. They can't. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Asuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Asuki, is one I don't recognize. The small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest one in the club. Don't say things like that, Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's nice to see you again, Goofy Goober. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Come sit down, Goofy Goober. We made room at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey! I made them. I'll get them. Sorry. I got a little too excited. But then how about I made some tea as well? The girls have a field desk arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Asuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wahoo! Asuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing. A little piece of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Asuki. Well, you know. Jeez. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. As one does. Asuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I ... Haven't I heard this somewhere before ... Deja vu. ... Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. ... Alright, I gave up on Natsuki's real logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table. carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eh? That's not Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad, Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make you feel right at home, okay? Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the efforts to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! That sounds like something you hear in like a video game when you're like in a group of people. Like this! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all invested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by a new idea of a member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with the level of enthusiasm about literature. So Goofy Goober, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see, Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The travel, creativity, and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is especially impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually interest me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once, I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. The real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, and if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror, Oh, why is that? Well, I just Natsuki's eyes drift over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back. Fine. your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulder. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them, Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww. I can't do this over and over again. It's getting too much. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus now we have a new member. I think it would help us all get a little more comfortable with each other. It's shaking the bond of this club. Isn't that right, Goofy Gooper? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I proudly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought Goofy Goober. I can't. That is if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I made my decision then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighting up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sarah wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came here for a cupcake, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Only took us 26 minutes to get here. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Goofy Goober, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mid-orse writing skills? I think that's how you say it. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in this literature club? Perhaps I'll have a change to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'll make sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. I'm gonna try to get Natsuki. Flower. Shoot. Puppy. Friends. Shoot. Pink. Jumpy. Love. Shoot. Sweet. Stop. Poof. Blanket. I think I got a lot of Natsuki's. Hi again, Goofy Goober. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Goofy Goober. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sorry told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defended, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Goofy Goober always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room, How dependable, Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so, You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? What? Sorry. At me? Not really, Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gestures from you is a pleasant surprise. Alright, Well, here. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is really buried in a book. I can't but notice her intense expression, like she is waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is roaming around in the closet. I got Natsuki! Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an expressed sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in the case she needs help. It needs a hand. You looking for something in here? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes, Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the vest. Much better. Seeing a box with one book missing is probably the worst irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Perfect Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge, you can do it through the glass on the door. He points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was in the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Goofy Goober. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful, adorate, striking, animated, penile poses, I don't know. It's the exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Wahoo! I don't know. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windows. Feels, I don't know. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't the chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? Ah, I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that! You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her, either. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space where she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Also, sorry about the laggy camera, I don't know why, I'll fix that later. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of a plot. So what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, a bunch of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. And is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I misunderstood you. Hehehe. Hey, what? What's that supposed to mean? Wahoo? Natsuki gives a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she didn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a convenience. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like, I would never get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impersonable. Ahahaha. Definitely not a convenience. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick from a manga, That's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it. So who am I to judge? She's cute. No, you can't do that. You can't have this. Give me a few minutes. Okay, I have my few minutes. We read on for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Lore? Are we getting lore? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, make less friends who are also into it. Make less that makes sense. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in this club. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? That was a real laugh. Jeez, that's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. Kind of sounds like Sayori, but okay. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki forces sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, from whom it's rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you already with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, Sorry guys, I'm kind of losing my voice right now. I did a lot of singing today. So sorry if I sound bad. I've been drinking a lot of water to help me. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. And if it gets spent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what would happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up, I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My reaction ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well now, that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Theories is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's percent handwriting from where I sit. Who should I show my poem to first? Of course, Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things? Whoa! In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Wahoo! Well, I wouldn't be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy, ... So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Erk? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You just... You... don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go and announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grrr. Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles fly! Monkeys can climb! Crickets can leap! Horses can race! Owls can seek! Cheetahs can run! Eagles can fly! People can try! But that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I love it, it's really good. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all so theatric, I don't know, and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it's pure, it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Sorry. This is a good poem, Goofy Goober. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. But that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. It's like I said before, Goofy Goober. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to do that. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of the bed, making me rub the sleeping from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it, it sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thank you for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I will look forward to it. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. It's just that there are the specific writing habits that are usually typical of a new writer. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned how to pick on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her, I don't know what that says, totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but It all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind, I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. After all, this is supposed to be a literature club. Okay, this one might be a little bit harder for me to read. Guys, I can't read cursive. This is too much. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I'm thinking how I can't read cursive. Also, I like the poem. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. I'm really glad you liked it. This is our first time sharing. I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Wahoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Goofy Goober. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. In this case, perhaps... The subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And as soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that, That's impressive. It's nothing really, Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. An hour and 17 minutes of just reading is crazy. Who should I show my poem to next? This is a tough one. Hi, Goofy Goober. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Booga booga. Don't worry, Goofy Goober. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Goofy Goober. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too, so take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There's a lot of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny and endearing, or even sad. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles. I'm running low on water. I'm running really low on water. This is all I have left, guys. This is not good. I need to wrap this up soon. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. So, the direction, the speckled, a noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I feel blind. Like a film left out in the sun. but it's too late. My retains, already scorched by a payment copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infant choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform. If that's what you call it. Yeah, that kind of style has got to be pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it really can be powerful. What was the inspiration behind this? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. Cause I need my sleep. It's been influencing my poems a bit. And give me a second. Epiphany. Yeah, I've heard that word before. Epiphany. Yeah. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain goes to fixate on a specific point. I'm sorry. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Across the room, Zero and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're generally exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems, I don't know. As they read in timid, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrows borrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language, eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out that nice at all. There's really no saving spot in this game, is there? I'm stuck here forever. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did you, by the way? Sorry liked it. And Goofy Gooper did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Ooga booga. And Goofy Gooper liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new club member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I thought. Wahoo. You're just your stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Goofy Gooper appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you think... and how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over cutesy. Ooga booga. Is everyone okay? Oh, you know what? I wasn't the one... game. Okay, I can do this. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Goofy Goober started showing up. Natsuki! Oh, Natsuki, that's a little... It doesn't involve you. I don't like you. I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Goofy Goober! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate this, that simply writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convolute for no reason? Guys, the water situation is not doing good at all. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Goofy Goober. What? There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Goofy Goober? Well? Why did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't know. It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. It's Natsuki. Yuri? You're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader imagine take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah! It did, didn't it? Aha! Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki! I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me! Natsuki's voice whines. Look. What we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is really a personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught up in surprise. Thanks for noticing. Guys, give me some alcohol, I need something. She finally mutters that barely knowable. Yuri, question mark. Yuri looked at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so, Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, Goofy Goober. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about Uga Buga. If I see 2 U's, I'm saying Uga Buga, I don't care. Natsuki glances around the room. Will everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sorry, and Monica look away. Anyway, okay, we didn't have to bring this back up. The thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori, I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciates it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Shari. I say Shari, I don't know. Well, now that we're past that, everyone read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Goofy Goober. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got little too used to. Ahaha. Guys, I finished the water. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in this classroom. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do something writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That the most important thing about the literature club, the most important thing is having fun. Hahaha, of course. Well, I guess that's why you are the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though Monica's right, being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How do you feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun! Well, I did say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Goofy Gooper, how about you? How about yours? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow! And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better, I think to myself. What a wonderful world. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Goofy Goober, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Zoe beams at me. It surely has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Asuki. Does that thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Ooga Booga. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but I'm gonna say all the dots at this point. Does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh my god, please say that's a save point. Please. Yes! It's a save point! Save! Yes! Okay. Main menu. Okay, please say save if I want it to load game. Yes! Anyways. If you enjoyed today's video, yeah, I'm just gonna make a part 2. I don't really care. I did all of this game. I'm gonna make a part 2, but it might take me a couple days, maybe a week or 2 to make another video on this. Okay, anyways, have a good night, everyone, or a good day, or a good afternoon, I don't know. Okay.